welcome again to some more Everlasting Summer Mayhem. We did Winter Tale before, and now we're going to do Winter Miracle. How different is that going to be from Winter Tale? I've got no idea. The comments were mostly in Russian, and the couple that were in English were saying that, well, they were basically surprised at what actually had happened. So it should hopefully be different enough from Winter Tale. It's probably going to be something utterly bizarre and creepy and horrifying and all that. So there you go, fun times indeed. So we did Winter Tale, on to Winter Miracle. What miracle are we going to experience? That's the question. So it looks like we've got the same opening sequence. We've got some fancy Soviet constructed trains, more icy terrain, people walking around forming a little snake in the snow there. Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. Man, I haven't been to the snow in several years actually. Anyway, Winter Miracle, people. And yeah, believe it or not, in Australia we actually do get snow on a few mountains in winter, so yeah. Anyway, do you remember how it was? When the streets were full of people. Ah, here we go, so it's already going to be a bit different. Oh, thank God for that. Anyway, when the streets were full of people. When an island's paradise was just... Wait a minute, what the fuck? Do you remember how it was? Okay. Yeah, it's whatever. When an island's paradise was just a few hours of flight away. Is you talking about home, I guess? Or... Yeah, okay. When you could listen to something other than white noise on your radio. When school teachers used to take the class on a hiking trip. When kids were kids. Ah, here we go again. I was awakened by a slap to the back of my head. Stop it. When I finally opened my eyes, I saw Jenya's scowling face bending over me. You better sleep at home. It's too noisy there. I answered, rubbing my head. You didn't put on your clothes again. You'll catch cold. I definitely remember that I haven't left the house naked. A sweater is not enough in the winter, which is pretty much all she's wearing, but anyway, I brought you your coat. She pointed to a rack where she'd left my ragged fur coat. It was so typical of her, she never missed anything. Whatever needs to be done, she's always there to help, and she's the one who can rally the other girls together under one Soviet banner. And the one who started to call me by my first name? Wait, so they were calling him Mr. something else before? That's interesting, okay. Thanks. I really should look after myself better, at least for their sake. Have you seen Slavia? When will lunch be ready? Oh, you didn't eat yet. She looked at me with surprise. I guess I sleep too much these days. You surely do. Wake up now, your lunch is waiting. Just a minute. Get up already. I want to be sure that you make it to the dinner or diner. Slavia wouldn't be happy if you missed the lunch. Oh, Slavia's got a thing for Semyon, despite the fact that he's an even more depressive arsehole than he was before, it seems. Whatever. Depressive or not, we shall go onwards. Okay. I got up, dragged myself to the clothes rack and put the coat on. Good boy, are you ready? Always ready. Damn straight. I answered her with the young pioneer motto. She didn't get it. She didn't understand half of the posters on the walls of this old Soviet library. Really? But isn't she meant to be from the same era? I mean, okay. She didn't belong in this frozen... okay. She didn't belong in this frozen in time place. Neither did I. I see. So this is the... I don't know if that's the same Genya from the other story, as in the... I think it's called One Pioneer's Tale or something like that. The one with the twisted Semyon. Could this be the same Genya? Is this meant to be a prequel to that? I don't know. Let's just continue onwards, I guess. So they both don't belong, it seems. But at least she didn't care. Indeed. We made it to the diner together. So it looks like it's going to be a different story, but just using the same art assets, I guess. Okay. Well, I need to go. I have business elsewhere. Enjoy your meal. Yeah, it looks like the same art assets, just yeah. Oh, whatever, we'll see what happens. Thanks. Then she turned and hurried away. Even in winter, she had no time to spare. She was running the place. Well, isn't she important? Miss Soviet Commissar something. Anyway, my eyes followed her until she was out of sight. Then I sat down on a bench and covered my face with my hands, breathing the frosty air. My head started to clear. God, we were so lucky to have found this old pioneer camp. Ah, okay, so it's definitely meant to be set in present day. Well, definitely not in the era of the regular everlasting summer timeline. That's for sure. Yeah, not in that time. So it's definitely either present day or somewhere in between, I guess. Yeah. Actually, that's what happened to that Mika's story. That was rather bizarre. Anyway, so we found the old pioneer camp. Great. We wouldn't survive long in the forest. What the hell were they doing there in the first place? Anyway, our supplies were running low and I was ready to go to town. I certainly would have been killed or infected there. What? At the town? Oh my god, are they going to go with the zombie route? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's killed or infected, great. Hard to say which would be worse. I shudder to think what would have happened with my girl students without me. Oh, so he's meant to be a teacher as well, of course. Okay, interesting. Alright, so we were so lucky to have found this camp. I got up and entered the diner. A huge empty hall always depressed me. A lot of people could fit in here. But then there wouldn't be enough food for everyone. Good afternoon. Slavia suddenly appeared before me. Always so formal, so polite. She still thought of me as her teacher. Well, isn't that what he's meant to be? But she was so good at cooking that she could give lessons herself. Wait, he's meant to be a cooking teacher? A chef teacher or something? I don't know, maybe. Your lunch is still warm, I've left it for you on the stove. Thank you, Slavia. She ran away and came back with the dishes. The exact same art assets. Incredible. Oh, whatever. Art assets aside, I took the seat at a table. She settled across from me. You're sad again. Oh, here we go. Why do you say so? I can see it in your eyes. She looked concerned now. Please don't be sad. We're doing fine, aren't we? Oh yeah, we could just have a zombie outbreak or something like that. Suddenly a smile lit up her face. Yeah, she's suddenly giving him the look, that's for sure. I was in the cellar today fetching some potatoes. How much of it is there? A lot, and a lot of canned meat. We won't eat it all in a century. So I was grabbing potatoes, and then remembered how we were harvesting it. And I laughed so hard that even Ulyana came running to check if I'm okay. I smiled for the first time today. Harvesting of the potato crop was a hard test for the city girls. Wait a minute. What? So is this meant to be like a cooking class or what? Agriculture class maybe, I don't know. Anyway. They didn't leave the bathhouse for several days after that. By the way, I made this. Wait a minute, bath. Oh, that was from harvesting the potato crop, of course. Indeed. Alright. By the way, I made this. She pulled a cake plate from behind and handed it to me. A baked apple was resting on it. It's for you. Cheer up. Then she jumped up and ran away. Now there you go. That little scamp. If Ulyana were here, she would be on her knees begging for a share. Not to hell with her. It was almost impossible to get an apple from Slavia. I finished the lunch and went straight back to the library. Wait a minute, is that what she gave him? What she gave him a piece of... Oh, baked apple, okay. I thought it was cake or something, but no, baked apple. Baked apple. Anyway. I finished the lunch and went straight back to the library. Everything was the same in the library. Only the sound of the turning pages was unusual. Greetings, comrades. Comrade General. Ulyana was sitting behind the desk. Where the hell did you get that line from? You meanie? Your meanie? She played angrily. You should be glad that at least someone continues her education. I'll be glad if you try to read some decent books, but all you ever read is Soviet propaganda. A cunning smile flashed across her face. I like it. Everything is so bright and promising in it. When I read it, I feel secure. She could be right. Here in the middle of nowhere, in the world stripped of people, Soviet propaganda got a whole new meaning. It gave hope. It showed a world that you could rebuild from scratch. It's not like much was left from the world we used to know anyway. Okay, go ahead. Feel free to ask if you do not understand something. Well, I just have a question. We've been talking for several hours about young pioneers and their rituals. Liana was very dense and asked obvious questions. I started to suspect something. After she had satisfied her curiosity, she put on her winter clothes and went outside. And wait a minute, why is she still wearing why is she wearing the pioneer uniform? And where did she get that USSR scarf then if this is meant to be the present era? I mean, really? It doesn't make any bloody sense. Anyway, she put on, unless if maybe they salvaged it from the camp or something, but still, I suppose they're just reusing the same sprites and yeah. There you go. Anyway, put on her winter clothes, went outside. I stood up and checked my place. Tractor key used to hang on the wall. It was missing. I broke out in a cold sweat. What did they intend to do? Where did they go? Who, for fuck's sake? Didn't understand how dangerous it was. So I'm guessing some other students in that case. I was frantically trying to come up with some plan when the door opened. Jenya entered the library. Her face was red from the cold. Did you take the key? I asked abruptly. The key? Her voice quivered. The tractor key. Yes. Did you go somewhere? Yes. With Alyssa and Lena. Lena, I'm guessing. Yes. Do you understand how dangerous it is? She went silent. I could expect something this irresponsible coming from the girls, but you, why so reckless? I'm sorry. What kind of situation you got yourself into? Did you get yourself into? Or could you have got yourself into? Or you just went on a joyride? Her eyes were full of tears. Could you at least discuss it with me first, idiot? Jenya sobbed and rushed out the door. Well done, old sport, well done. Stunned, I watched the door closing behind her. What was that? I wondered, what's up with me? I didn't even try to listen to her. I just yelled. What's wrong with me? I sat on a chair and rested my head on my hand. I had to do something, but I didn't know what. My eyes closed and I fell asleep. I don't know how much time had passed, but I woke up to the sound of the door opening. I opened my eyes to find that the library plunged into darkness. I groped to the switch and turned the lamp on. The dim light illuminated the room. Alyssa emerged from the shadows. Interesting outline she's got there. Hey man, what's up? She was blatant and brazen as usual. Hi, did you enjoy the ride? Save your sermons for someone who cares. I'm not here for that. I walked up to the door and turned on the main light. Then why are you here? I just wanted to say that you are a fool. Thank you, I really appreciate that. No, I'm serious. You're a complete and total moron. Do you know what date it is today? Oh my god, don't tell me it's meant to be New Year's here as well. Of course. So they can reuse the tree and everything as well. Alright, whatever. I didn't look at the calendar for months, so I guess the infection has been around for that long, eh? Nope. I knew it. Now put your clothes on and come outside. Maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. Lisa grinned and left the library. I was standing in the middle of the room, trying to put everything together. Girls are behaving so strangely. Actually, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's right. It has to be New Year's, probably. Yeah. So what was their plan? Did they even have one? Suddenly I felt like my depression was gone. I couldn't believe they made me feel alive again. They might regret that though. I smiled. Anyway you put it, 5 girls is too much for a guy. I see. But I'd handle it. I put on my ragged coat and hastily buttoned up. And welcome Astrobe as well. Anyway, after turning off the lights, I rushed outside. And froze, astonished. It was pretty fast. A Christmas tree was standing alone in the middle of the square. It was decorated and lit. I was stupefied. My eyes were full of tears. I felt like a child, like I was back in time when the world was still alive. Hey. Lena sneaked behind me. Her voice brought me back to my senses. And yep, hello. What's that? Well, New Year. What New Year? The usual one. Today is the 31st of December. I was speechless. How could I? We're sorry for hijacking the tractor. We just needed something to bring the tree from the forest. Now, there you go. All's forgiven. We didn't even make it to your wind turbines. Wind turbines? Okay. And you go there regularly. Huh, okay. Don't be mad. I'm not mad. I just want to find Genya and say sorry to her. She'll be right here soon. I'd better go. I was alone again, enjoying the glitter of the lights on the giant tree. I had time to come up with the words to beg Genya's forgiveness. She came to me with her eyes looking down. I'm sorry. No, it's me who should be sorry. I was an arsehole. She lifted her face and looked into my eyes. Now I understand. I should have told you before. Still interesting surprise. Yes. Anyway, what you did is amazing. Really? You like it? Well, it's pretty freaking amazing, I'd say, to do that in such a short amount of time. And to hold the tree around themselves. Interesting indeed. Told you? Yeah, indeed. Oh, well, whatever. Surprise. Very nice. It's fantastic. She hushed up, her eyes were looking down again, and there was something she had to tell me, but couldn't. I stepped forward and took her in my arms. She hugged me tight and wept onto my shoulder. The girls, seeing that we two were getting along fine, poured out of the house and gathered near the tree. They didn't try to bother us. So obviously they were just spying and all that. Well, there you go. All is forgiven. I have to tell you something. Is it good or bad? Good, very good, but I'm afraid. Don't be. I'm with you, sweetheart. I buried my face in her sweet-smelling hair. I'm pregnant. Okay, that was unexpected. Words left me. I leaned backward and looked into her eyes, then bent forward and kissed her on the mouth. Wait a minute, isn't he meant to be a teacher? But then again, I suppose given the amount of time that's passed, I suppose he's not really their teacher anymore, so... And he did mention that she was the first to call him by his first name. Actually, I don't think we ever learned what his last name is. Anyway, there you go. The girls went wild. We were cuddling for a while without saying a word. At last I asked, did you tell them? Well, yes. How have they reacted? They are fighting. For what? For the right to be the next one. Really? That's the direction the story's going to take? Well, I suppose he's literally the only guy left in the group. So, there you go. I looked at her wide-eyed, having no idea what she's talking about, but then I got it. But wouldn't she be jealous? Idiot. She was frowning again. I felt like the biggest fool in the world. Each one of us loves you. We are one big family. This is like an alternate harem ending, by the sounds of things. She squeezed me hard. More ways than one. Anyway, let's go to them. We went to the Christmas tree. The girls surrounded me and hung around my neck, all 5 of them. So, by the sounds of it, looks like Electronic and Shurek are nowhere around in that case. Nobody said anything. Suddenly, The silence was torn by an awful rattling sound. Happy Ulyana drew from her bosom a huge Soviet alarm clock. Only 1 minute left. Everyone began to fuss. They unwrapped a parcel with a thermos and glasses. Slavia opened the thermos and poured hot steaming liquid for everyone. I smelled the liquid and tasted it a bit. It was something between an apple juice and cider. Everybody lined up near the tree and waited for the midnight. Here we go again. 9. Yana shouted excitedly. 8. I took Jenya's hand. 7. Jenya put her head on my shoulder. 6. The girl's eyes began to glitter. 5. Everybody followed Ulyana. It was the first new year of the new world. 4. The first new year for our family. 3. I love you all. 2. 1. Happy New Year. Again, Happy New Year. And yeah, I think you get the fucking message there. Finn. Again. Well, that was... Oh, hang on, there's more. All creators of this short story wish you a Happy New Year. Is that it? Is it going to do anything? Oh, okay, we just had a pause there. Well, that was certainly different. That's for sure. Not bad, I'll admit, actually, especially given the fact that they literally reused all of the art assets. Yeah, not bad way of reusing it though. Well, there we go, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I shall see you all next time.